Marcus Rashford. Oh, glorious! That is a special one.
I am President Chad. Big panel today because we have big things to discuss. We're going to be discussing the shambles of Manchester United transfer window. We're going to be discussing the injury crisis. We're going to be discussing, at the end of the program, we're going to be talking about Arsenal. What are we expecting in that clash with Arsenal? Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's get straight into it. With me is the man glazers out himself, Kes, not the band, just Kes. CJ
Evening, man.
from Central, not South, but Central.
Yep.
And the man Ashton. Ashton men want to know if it's Villa or Martin, but it is what it is.
It was me who made the joke. I take it front. It's me who made the joke.
Right. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Good afternoon to Martin Phillip early on the inside in the comments. Zaire was with us. I do not know what went on, why he is not with us anymore. But it is what it. We'll see. Most likely he'll be back with us before the end of the game. So, gentlemen, I want to get into this conversation one time. There are 2 more days before the end of the transfer window. At the beginning of the window, I think there was a lot of optimism. We signed a striker, we signed a midfielder. You know, we seem to be. Welcome back, Zaire. Good afternoon to Kurt.
Thank you.
Why
Good
these people
afternoon,
playing
everyone.
musical chairs? What is going on? Zaire and CJ only playing musical chairs and Mr.
Sorry.
Doing that. Anyway, yeah, right. The window seemed good, and then there was a lot of silence in the middle of the window. A lot of talk, a lot of monitoring, a lot of this, a lot of that, and very little activity. Now we come to the end of the window, and it seems like it's helter-skelter. Hence the reason for the title of the program, The Shambles of Manchester United transfer window. And I have a very straightforward question to ask you all, and I want you all to give your answer and a brief explanation. And the question is simply this. Right, on a scale of 1 to 5 shits, how shitty is Manchester United's transfer window right now? So 1 obviously would be that it's not very shitty at all, and 5 would be that it is very shitty. You understand? We smelly. We need to get out of the building because it's toxic. So Kes, talk to me. How shitty is Manchester United's window? Right.
We waiting in raw sewage right now. That is our.
Go ahead. Tell me why you say so. Obviously, talking
Listen.
about
Listen.
one of the benefits of being in the Caribbean.
We we really started off, we saying, yeah, boy, this could be one of the best transfer windows we ever had in 19 or long. And so far as it stand, it is completely the worst, right? And it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Are we just like Chelsea, meaning in our way how we treat people, right? I mean, last season, Frankie de Jong string we along, and right now we stringing along a player that we need, right? And waiting for 2 months, right? And then they tell me it depends on going out. This man, for anybody who don't know, I'm speaking of Amrabat, right? But not just Amrabat. Player sales going out. We try to play hardball with Maguire and and McTominay. 60 million for the two. And we play hardball, and now we can't even get them out. Right?
All right.
With
Stick up in there, Kes. We want it short. We want to go around. We want to count the shits of everybody going around. So you say we sewage. We pass 5. We need to clear out. Dr. Marston, how shitty is Manchester United's transfer window in your opinion? 1 to 5.
Trinidad whole lavas.
Nah, dogs. Nah,
So you
dogs.
pass 5 as well. In a nutshell, tell us why you say so.
Alright, first of all, reason being the same Amrabat situation, right? We pay 20 million, well, we get 20 million for Fred, right? Amrabat is 21 million. Why we can't get under that? Understand? So I just find like it's either Senag just trying to fool us, or he just a puppet on that Blazers, and he coming out and like actually being useless. That's how we think he is. Like that's how I see it. Because what so much players we been monitoring from since was the last time, you know? What so much players we been monitoring and we can't get Amrabat, Todibo, it's about 4 or 5 players we've been monitoring. Why we can't get them? They're saying, oh, we have no money. But yet still, we can't get no one. Even though we sell Fred.
And even though we cut David here, whose wages was amounting to something like 20 million plus a year. Let me just read this comment. Courtney is saying, come on, our entire window is based on our ability to move out players. If that can't happen, then we won't be able to bring in people. So Courtney thinks that I'm being a little, a little harsh talking about shits, how shitty the window is. And Mr. Shooter Kill is saying Manchester United is like a month. I totally agree with you, my brother. Totally agree with you. CJ, how shitty is Manchester United's window?
I want to be real. It started off a little weird, and then you see it pick up, and then it kind of went like swim called levels or shit. But I would do that. Like for me personally, I think in the transfer market, we saw that there was some potential to see what we could do, but then we went back to our usual selves, which is kind of sad. And it's too because now the fan base is right now eating up itself in the sense of they don't know what to believe. Some believe that it's all terrible. There are others who decide, you know what, I'm going to just not take it on anymore, which is me. But at the same time, at this point, I don't know what to say except damn. I mean, you could say we could do better, but we've been saying that same thing. We could do better. So it hasn't been a good window, really.
After last season, this season does feel like a throwback to the Ed Woodward days. I wouldn't lie.
Yeah.
This right now, the way I am feeling, and I think you all would agree, the way we're feeling, it feels like a throwback to when Ed Woodward was here. Right?
Second season syndrome.
Yeah, so I totally understand where CJ is coming from. Talk to me, Zaire. How shitty is Manchester United window on a scale of 1 to 5?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We hearing you just fine. I realize we have a little delay, so talk to us.
Yeah, it's a little delay. Boy, at this point in time, you better start calling us Lord of the Flies, because everybody know what flies eat. So that's us.
Yeah.
And if I'm being brutally honest here, I'm not surprised. Because this has been our modus operandi with current ownership, CEO, and what passes for director of football in our club. They don't do much unless we out of the Champions League, brother. Right?
Yeah.
Look at what they found under the bed last year when we were out of the Champions League. Right? This year we in the Champions League. We have the little boost from Champions League, TV rights money coming in, right? Because of our partnership with our kit sponsor, we just get a little giddy up, a little bonus payment when we in the Champions League. So man just rock back with that and just say, well, all right, I need to do nothing again. And the only other thing I'll say on this is, I can't see how the manager is to be blamed for decisions that are going on above his head. Because if somebody could tell me that he is the man who literally sitting down there telling you, no, don't bid for that man, buy that man first, I can't blame the manager. I have to blame those above.
To add to what Zaire is saying, we have to be real. The best transfer windows in Manchester United for the past 18 years of the Glazers was the window of Zlatan, Pogba, what's the guy name he got from Dortmund?
Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan. That window was real good.
And we had
and I think we got Bailly that year as well, right? So that window was real good. We wasn't in Champions League, right? Last year, Casemiro, who else came in?
Martinez and Anthony.
Right. Another wonderful window. It wasn't in Champions League. So clearly, Zaire seems to be onto something. When Manchester United is struggling to get back into the top four, the club spends the money. When we are not, it's a different story. Now, we need to be fair. We've seen a lot of talk about financial fair play. The club was fined 200,000+ euros at the end of the last season for financial fair play violations. And it may not simply be a matter of the club not finding the money. The whole we need to sell to buy might be that we need to make sure we stay in the FFP. And we don't know exactly what that is. When I say we don't know what it is, we understand the whole concept about financial fair play, yes. But we don't know exactly what that financial scenario looks like. We are not sure how much money do we have, how much we need to come in, how much wages we need to come. We don't know what it is we're playing with. So it's difficult for us to assess why it's taking so long to get players for 20-something million. Why we looking to bring in players on loan when we have players cheap that we could buy, right? And in the grand scheme of things, if financial fair play was such a big issue in our window, then why we spend all our money on Mount when we need another striker and we need to replace Harry Maguire? Right? I mean, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Mount is a bad choice, but I'm just saying there were cheaper alternatives. We spent all our money on Mount. We must have known the finance. Maybe at that time we thought it was early in the window and we would have gotten rid of the likes of Harry Maguire. And well, we did part ways with Fred, probably McTominay. Maybe all of that was in the factoring, but the window didn't pan out that way. We still have Harry here. We still have McTominay here. And we still have Donny van der Beek here, right? Even though there's a lot of noise around him leaving, he's still here. So 2 days to go in the window. It's not looking too good. But I want to ask you all this question now. We've been linked with all kind of people. I just put down 3 names. There are other people we've been linked to. I'm going to start in the middle this time. I'm going to start with the man CJ. Who do you think, out of the players we're being linked to, that we could get in the next 2 days? Who do you think, not necessarily the 3 players that I put down on that list, any player at all that we are being linked to, who do you think personally you would like to see come in, that you would say, well, yeah, well, this would transform our window, from being shitty to at least being okay? Who would you like to see coming in the next 2 days?
Honestly, Amrabat. I would like to see Amrabat come in. To be honest, I really would like to see Amrabat. He would shape that midfield. But I mean, my reality is Amrabat, but I feel like we gotta get Cucurella for some reason. I don't know why, but my dream is Amrabat. Honestly, like if you say it finishes with Amrabat coming to the club, great. Because I cannot give up on the whole Harry Kane leaving and we getting a centre back thing. I cannot give up on that. Nah. Harry Maguire is that fella who could do nothing but you don't get fired, man. But you don't understand why he get fired yet, boy. Like I don't know.
Chad, I think you were muted. You muted. Nobody heard you.
Let me just say this one time. Harry
I thought
Maguire.
you like you know.
Harry Maguire is going to be running out of Manchester United like a bat out of hell at the beginning of the January transfer window. Because I don't care who get injured. If Erik ten Hag have to conscript a ball boy to play CDM, Harry Maguire is not going to be playing for Manchester United in any meaningful way. And the Euro is coming up. So he is going to be under pressure to go to play. I understand living a dream. You know? I mean, we may be mad at Harry, but I understand. If I was Harry Maguire and I was playing for Manchester United and the club is like, yeah, well, we want to sell you. And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't want to go. I mean, I am a fan. And I believe Harry's a fan. I believe he's a fan and he don't want to go. But at some point, water going to be more than flour. So I am saying right now, I'm predicting Harry going to be here at the end of the window. We had to accept it. But you see, in January, we can't pay Harry Maguire to stay. Right? Because international football is going to be calling. So we just had a rally until January. That is my opinion. Let me just read some comments and then I'm going to you, Ashton, and you will tell me who would you like to see, who you think could transform our window. So Mr. Kildeshoot is saying officially we're in trouble with FFP, yes. We have an $80 million fridge and $100 million Seawell Plus and $60 million training coon.
What's Seawell?
Right? We have MC Hammer football. We are the MC Hammer football clubs. Well, maybe Barcelona.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Barcelona, you MC Hammer, bro.
We all feel and understand what he's talking about. Good afternoon. United have more links than Guyana goal in Anton's goal rush. I believe Robert is talking about how many people that the club is being linked to. This transfer window truly points to the fact, this transfer window paints the perfect picture of our squad. Have Mona Lisa ideas, have Picasso money, but crayon color, the buying. We are not the squad men use to use their bids elsewhere. Okay. Robert Harper, very good points. Which perception? Getting rid of Fred and keeping McTominay, buying Mount and wanting Cucurella, not selling Maguire is insane. That speaks for itself. I don't know that I wanted to get rid of Fred or McTominay, but if we're getting rid of them, we're getting rid of them. I gave the manager his leeway. Right now, I'm all behind Ten Hag. Ten Hag could do what he wants. I just always say the proof is in the pudding. Right? By December, depending on where we are, I will be all in on criticizing Ten Hag. For now, you go ahead, brother. Buy who you want to buy. I don't care for Mason Mount personally, but he wearing United badge. I will support him. Buy who you want to buy. Sell who you want to sell. Depending on how the season go, we'll comment accordingly. We don't hold water. We put water in our mouth in this program. So talk to me, Ashton. Who do you think could transform our window? And I will also people in the comments to let me know. Give me a name of a player that you think, okay, if we get this player between now and the end of the window, it could salvage our window a little bit?
I will personally say Cucurella for one reason being is that how Varane is out. We don't have Shaw to pay him as a centre back to help Martinez. So we need a left back right now. Reason being, you put Dalot left back last game. If Wan-Bissaka decide to pick up a knock, who you going to put right back? You have this next Fernandez fella who you can play left back with Cucurella. And in the midfield, I was really looking forward to Amrabat. But you have options as McTominay not leaving, with Eriksen and Donny van der Beek still who could help Casemiro in the midfield. So I honestly thinking that Cucurella will more be the ideal buy right now for Manchester United to help out defensively wise. And if you realize in recent transfer windows, Chelsea is a team that we always had a good relationship with players. So Cucurella will be my option to buy to strengthen Manchester United and to say to have a fairly good transfer window.
Well, loan, we're not interested in buying him, but yeah, we understand what you're saying.
Loan them.
I just want to add, I'm not a fan of Cucurella, but I just want to add, Cucurella can also play multiple positions, right? He is not strictly a left back, unlike the other left backs that we are linked with. He does give Ten Hag, or will give Ten Hag, a little bit of flexibility. So that I could see a point where Cucurella is concerned. Talk to me, Zaire. Who do you think could save the day?
At this point, I take all of Ashton's everything he said about Cucurella and why we should get him in. I agree with. For me, it's not just Amrabat alone. We need a striker. Because the two number 9 options that we have right now, one has not proven he can stay fit for an entire season, and one is a completely unknown commodity that hasn't played a game for the club yet. You going into a season with those two as your options, and your third option is a man who has proven repeatedly that he is not effective as a number 9 when we play him as a number 9. So, Amrabat, Cucurella, and for the love of God, something at the 11th hour as a loan that name striker.
Boy.
A man have jokes, yes. A man have jokes.
Also, side note, fellas, we have some guy and his friend watchers. They see they didn't like that joke or the answers go Russian, fellas. So the person said the country keep catching strays, and this is why she hates on us for CPL. Oh, this, so guess what? You see right away, you like me? Look what you do. This is your fault.
Watch, as I love in the Caribbean. we could
I was going to say, well, there's more goal than there is getting CPL, but they football. I want to say.
Is I love. Tell him is I love. Kes, you take us out on this topic. Who would you like to see?
Honestly speaking, the Cucurella deal caught me off guard. I didn't see that one coming out of nowhere, and I'm being honest, I like that deal. I mean, be it loan, but I like that deal. And as Zaire said, Cucurella will give Ten Hag more options rather than just a left back or anything like that. Right? And he gives a lot of energy on that flank. Right? But if I judge it from the 3 games we have played so far, anybody could have seen what work Amrabat would have put in that midfield, right? And prevent us from getting overrun. Now, the last game we played, it was more of how we played last season, right? Because Eriksen was deep alongside Casemiro, right? Forrest playing a low block. But what always happens when we play against teams that don't play that low block? Ericsson gets runs over. And this is where Amrabat is needed, right? I've been honest, I am concerned about our midfield against Arsenal Sunday. Right?
Well, I think Ten Hag is concerned because when asked about our defense after our second game, he said, everybody does look at the defense when they concede goals, but the problem is with the midfield. So
Yeah.
clearly, he also is concerned. I want to read this comment from Which Perception, and then I'm going to give my thoughts, and we're going to move on. So Which Perception is saying, I'm not Ten Hag out, but some of his decisions are driving me up a wall, right? And I wasn't thinking that you were Ten Hag out. I don't think anybody that is reasonable as a United supporter is Ten Hag out. But
Yeah.
my biggest concern is that everybody we link to, bar probably one, was somebody Ten Hag work with. Now, I don't mind if that works out from the standpoint of they come into the club and they're being successful, one, and two, we get them for chump change, right?
Mhm.
But we have to pay through our nose for Anthony, right? We had to pay way less than what Chelsea wanted, but we had to pay good money for Mount. So these Ten Hag links are not necessarily benefiting our pocket. And apart from, we're still waiting to see these Ten Hag project players come really good, right? When we talk about the outstanding players for Manchester United last season, they were all players that Ten Hag met here, right? Rashford, Bruno Fernandes,
Ronaldo.
Casemiro, he didn't meet here, but Casemiro is not a player that played for him. So the Ten Hag players, we're still waiting for the Ten Hag players to produce the brilliance.
I mean,
Objection.
Lissandro kind of show something. Like,
Lissandro
yeah,
Lissandro has, but that is one, and we continue to be linked to Ten Hag players. So I really hoping, as I say, Ten Hag have to. Yeah, I have a lot of faith in him, and I think we all do. And I understand what Which Perception is saying because some of the stuff he's doing,
you know,
it does make you scratch your head a little bit.
you know
My
when we
name
look
that
at-
I want to throw into the hat is Højbjerg. My heart tell my I'm back because I like men who raise up their hand and say, I want to go Manchester United, or they tell I'm not interested to play, I don't want to do nothing. I'll come to you just now, Ashton. I want to play for Manchester United. I love that. As a fan, that is what you want. That is the kind of people that you want coming to your club. You understand what I'm saying? So my heart saying that, but my head telling me Højbjerg because Højbjerg have a kind of steel. And I ain't lying to tell you, I love Cassie, but Cassie looking a little off so far the start of the season. And
Leggy.
Champions League to play. And when we have nobody who to replace Cassie, we're gonna do what? Start Scott McTominay if Cassie need a rest. I think Højbjerg will bring some steel in the midfield. I think Casemiro and Højbjerg in the middle there, one might say, well, that's taking away out of the creativity. That is okay, let Bruno Fernandes go up there and do what he had to do. Right now, we're concerned about our defense. I think Højbjerg will make a difference.
I think
We've seen him. We've seen what he's done with Spurs, and we know he is still in the midfield. He don't play, right? So he's my player. I think player I would pick.
For me, I think with Eric, I feel we reached the level with Eric, like we know what Eric, you know Angel. I treat Eric like how Angel I treat the cameraman. She say, you're lucky I like you, because if I see that video, that moves of us with Eric. But for me, I kind of see where the Højbjerg thing going, because although a lot of people feel like, oh gosh, a Spurs player, let me be real, Højbjerg has been good for Spurs. It's just overall it don't work out all the time, but Højbjerg has been good for Spurs. So for me, I think if anybody likes Højbjerg, it's a smart thing. I wouldn't say it's just us settling, but Højbjerg would bring that work ethic that we need in the midfield. We really need that. We need work ethic because in terms of what creativity, we have creativity in Bruno and a few others. And even if Højbjerg helps pull that steal, it will give Casemiro time to play them deep line passes that we all like and we all love. Because Casemiro can't do every single thing just so. When people used to get them good passes from Casemiro is because the man had the freedom and the time to do it. He doesn't have the time to do that now because he doesn't have a partner to help him get off that workload. So for me, yeah, I wouldn't mind Højbjerg. I would want Amrabat way more. But Højbjerg isn't a bad shout in my opinion. Also.
I mean, don't get me wrong, eh? When you're playing low block teams, I all for more energetic and creative players. But when I watch the fragility of my team, I don't want to go in Champions League and get embarrassed and kick out in the first round. I don't want to be playing the likes of City and Arsenal and getting 6 and 5 this season. And out of all the players we link to, the only player that I see that to me could come in there and prevent that is Højbjerg. Is he the most attractive of the bunch? No. Is he the most player of the bunch? No. But he ain't coming to play. He's not that kind of player. If it's one thing, he's a fighter.
Respectfully.
You know, and that is why he's the player I would
personally.
I'm hoping we could get more than one.
Yeah.
Because we're looking for a loan. So I don't see why we can't loan Cucurella, why we can't get a loan for Højbjerg, and why we still can't buy Amrabat. I just say it, right? We should be able to get more than one, but
no, I want now go and ask if the Højbjerg is now sale or a loan.
No.
Because to me, I think Tottenham want to sell.
Tottenham want to sell him, you say?
Yeah, Tottenham called 35 million.
No, but
that's what I read.
United not interested in buying him. United interested in
even if it's a loan, guys. Even if it's a loan, the issue is the club that is loaning the player out always wants the club accepting the player to cover the bulk of the player's wages, which is why we get problems to loan our players out because nobody is willing to cover their wages. Case in point, the last time when Martial went on loan to Sevilla, unless somebody tells me I'm wrong, which I'm not sure if I am, we paid the bulk of the man's wages still while he was on loan there.
But
because you're talking about...
To be fair, the man was playing West Indies football, so they could not be...
When it comes down, like the Højbjerg thing might end us costing us more. You have, just a little over 48 hours before the window does. And you're trying to do a quick deal with Daniel Levy and Spurs. No, brother, unless you bend over backwards and give him whatever he asks for, you're not getting no deal done with Levy so easy.
Well, the only benefit, to me, why I think that could happen, same thing with Cucurella, is because the present managers of those respective clubs don't want those players. Right? Cucurella hasn't featured for Chelsea.
Until today.
I don't think Cucurella necessarily wanted Manchester United. He wanted to go to Chelsea. But everybody as a footballer, you want to play football. And he ain't going to play no football under our present coach. Similarly, same thing, Højbjerg has been the most consistent player for Spurs during his time there. But this present coach don't fancy him. And that is where the opportunity comes. Right?
One thing I'd like to say in terms of Ten Hag, I mean, I understand what everybody is saying in terms of broadening his horizons beyond players that he's known and worked for. But answer me this. Do you really think that last year, when conversations started between Manchester United's ownership and Erik Ten Hag, when they approached him to take the Manchester United job, do you really think a guy of Ten Hag's stature would have just sit down there and not go and look at the players that those same guys would have bought for previous managers, not looked at their business model, not looked at their track record, at what they would have been paying for players, the players they would have been paying that kind of money for. Example, Harry Maguire, Jadon Sancho, right? And how they would have been playing for the team and not tell himself, I don't trust them MFers one bit. If I take that work, I go in my way. He clearly does not trust our scouting department, who is maybe giving him certain names. He clearly doesn't trust the director of football, who has to approve and sign off on it. And he knows he has two siblings who are the majority people in the ownership, who don't give a flying fart about what this club does. All they care about is the money. So knowing that the man literally has no choice but to make his decisions from a position of what he knows.
I appreciate the counter argument. I appreciate the counter argument, and that is why, even for me, I am saying, I am waiting to see. Right? I'm waiting to see the outcome, because the proof is in the pudding. Right? If we challenging on all in all competitions, if in January we fix a fixture in the top 4 and we're looking into the second round of the Champions League, and we still have cups to fight for, I would say Ten Hag has been doing a marvelous job. You understand? If by that time that is not the case, I might be saying something else. But until such time, he has all of our support. Now, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about Manchester United's injury crisis. So, let's go through the players that are injured and when they're expected back. Kobbie Mainoo, he's expected back at the end of October. Luke Shaw, end of October. Mason Mount, at the end of September. Tyrell Malacia, middle of September. Højlund, well, he's expected next weekend. This weekend, sorry. Amad Traore, formerly Amad Diallo, unknown. Tom Heaton, unknown. Varane, Mount, Luke Shaw are all real concerns. Malacia not allowing us to have that extra body to put on the left is a concern. And Kobbie Mainoo is a concern for me because he showed a lot of promise in the preseason. He looked like he's the real deal and he could really add something to Manchester United midfield. So the question that I have to you all is simply this. How you think Ten Hag could weather this storm?
Right, a bush back.
No,
Say
it one more time. Just say it one more time. Say it loud.
a bush back. You hear them names, dog? You hear them names? Horse. It's not Manchester United, it's Mount Hope, dog.
As soon as we buy the Arsenal former doctor.
Yeah, well, I mean, we this is part of football, right? We were all laughing at Chelsea last season when every other day somebody was pulling up injured. We didn't care. We wasn't crying for them, and we shouldn't expect anybody to be crying for us, right? That's the reality of it. But Ashton, talk to me. How you think Ten Hag is going to fare with navigating this storm? Because there's a real issue, right? These are serious injuries to serious players.
They're not really, this is an enormous issue. A very enormous one, because really and truly we know Lindelof could be a good centre back, but he has his ups and downs. The last game he was up. We're not sure what we're going on get. No,
well,
I think he go cope on that Ten Hag managing. He go cope well against Arsenal because we have a good history against Arsenal. Right? So far, Rashford didn't start firing yet. Hopefully, he will be on the left for the whole game, which Rashford have a pretty good record against Arsenal. And I believe if you play Sancho for so much of games in preseason as a false nine, he's supposed to be in that position for the starting of the season until you get your striker. So I do not know why Sancho constantly coming off the bench. Right? So once we do that, and Anthony start to use his right foot a little more, we go come up top on top of Arsenal. But the key thing is that defense.
Courtney has some advice for Ten Hag as well. Holy water, blue soap, stinging nettle, and cookie broom. Right? Josh Rollins on the inside. It's been a little while, just. What's that, CJ?
And our shadow song. That we did.
I think
I know. I'm not sure if
schedule is gonna help a little bit, yeah?
Season now start and it's real stress. I don't know
The
how
schedule
we
will
get
help.
through this. And stress it is. So before we jump
Remember,
into
we
the
have to
Arsenal
survive.
conversation, anybody have anything they want to weigh into with the injury situation? Was I was saying Zaya?
Well, remember, we just really had to survive Sunday because we get our weekend off because we have international break after Sunday. So after Sunday, the next game is in 2 weeks' time.
True.
So that will help.
Yeah,
Right?
but I hope I beat Arsenal. So
Right? What it will also allow us to do. Well, everybody would hope that. I think though too with the injury situation, when you look at it, you have to ask yourself, okay, cover. You always need cover, right? And maybe this is something we never really looked at down the road or in the past. Having at least not just 2 deep, but a minimum 3 deep at every position, and 3 that you could really count on that any game, any week you throw them in, they will perform. Right? Some of our positions, maybe we would have had that centre back. If you think about your top centre back here is, for all arguments' sake, Varane and Martinez, and then your option after that is Lindelof. You might say 3, right? But boy, I don't know. I have a feeling CJ saying Bushbat. I have a feeling that them fellas and them make the obvious mistake of lying down on the same bed Phil Jones and Anthony Martial used to use when they get their little physio and massage.
You should have burned them beds, boy.
And the
You
juju
should have
them
burned them
bad.
beds. As soon as them fellas leave the club, we should have cut it up and burn them beds.
Man,
But
Man City. No, man.
go ahead.
No, guys.
What?
Nah, see,
Not go kill you. What's that comment? What's that comment from John? Oh, God.
Let Trevor. Wow. No. Man say Martial and Jones bed heavier than Lukaku first touches.
This is
Alright,
something
so-
similar. No, this is something similar to what happened to Liverpool at the start of last season. Let me just hope it's not that dire with us.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I have a lot of confidence in Ten Hag, and I think he will find a way. I'm not going to pretend that I could figure out how. You know what I mean? Fred, all the talk for McFred, we have been throwing and hate towards them. I would have felt a lot better if we had both of them 2 in our ranks still. In the
I would have
middle of this
felt
injury
Fred.
crisis than I feel right now. But hopefully we'll get some people in the window and we'll have a different conversation. All right, gentlemen, let's start talking about the game on the weekend. Manchester United travels to London to play Arsenal that's always one of the big games to kick us off, to really get the season started. It seems like the Premier League not really starting until Manchester United playing Arsenal. You understand what I'm saying? People, you're watching the video, click like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And tell a friend. Get people involved. Caribbean people to talk football too. Yeah? So, let's go around the table. Kes, who wins on the weekend and why?
Our that's our exploits in London hasn't been the best, right? So we will really need to we will really be in a battle, and we really need to fight for each other. And I hope that Ten Hag's view of Rashford as a centre forward is completely done with. Because immediately as you ship him back out on his favorite left, things started happening. Right? I believe we could get a result. Right? But everybody had to be on song. Everyone. And I predict Højlund to score.
Højlund to score? Let me ask you this. You think he starts?
Listen. I find a lot of all you underestimating this guy a lot because all you know much. Out of the chances we have created, and I telling you, if Højlund was there, he would have been eaten. And I still believe we will still create those same chances, and he gonna eat.
All right. Let me tell you all something. If Højlund is a success, we all have to go and give Kes some flowers, right? Because Kes has been singing his praises from before we signed him. Zaire, talk to me. Who wins this weekend and why?
Manchester United wins 2-1 simply because we have to. Simply because no other result is acceptable at this point in time. I agree with Kes. I believe Anthony Martial will start. I believe we'll see Højlund somewhere around the hour mark in the game. And just remember what happened the last time an Erik ten Hag signing debuted against Arsenal. Oh, last year it was Anthony where the ball ended up back at the net. Right? I believe Arsenal is going to lose. We're going to win 2-1. I'll take the 2-1. I'll take the 3 points. I'll go to work the next morning and laugh at my principal, who's an Arsenal supporter, and laugh at my librarian, who's an Arsenal supporter.
You know, on the Højlund thing, I think if Ten Hag has any intention of playing Højlund, that's all you have to start it. It makes no sense if we down and you're sending on a guy who has never played for the club before to run on and try to perform America. If we're going to play Højlund at all, he needs to start. And I will be picking him in my team to start when I pick my team this weekend. Because him coming on the bench makes no sense. In my opinion, it is better you bring on a Martial who will run out there and probably try to do something. It's better you bring on a Sancho who at least has some kind of chemistry with the players than you bring on somebody who has zero chemistry and tell him, yeah, run out there in the dying minutes and try to do something for the club. Right? So if he had a play on Sunday, to me, he had to start. But anyway, talk to me, Ashton. Who wins on Sunday and why?
I will think Manchester United will win. Reason being, Bruno Fernandes have to give me 8 good passes first instead of getting me 8 bad passes, then a good one.
That is all.
You see that misfiring, you had to give me 9 bad passes and then the 10th one, you had to give me a good one. We can't take that tomorrow. Rashford have to start on the left. If no, but no, maybe. have to. That is a mandatory tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
And well, Sunday, sorry, Sunday, yeah, Sunday. My bad. And if Hoyland available, he or Martial have to start because we need a striker up top. It has nothing like no false nine or putting Rashford. It don't have that Sunday. We need a striker. And my prediction will be a 2-1. Anthony and Rashford scoring.
And I wouldn't like to. I wouldn't surprise me one bit if Anthony score. You know, there are teams that certain players love to play against. It wouldn't surprise me if Anthony score his traditional goal against Arsenal at the Emirates again, and it will come like, yeah, well, there's the place where Anthony will shine, right here, the stadium. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit. We can do it. CJ, who wins on the weekend and why?
United 2-1. I would put Rashford and Rasmus Højlund because we have no choice but to win. We have no choice but to fight it. I often feel that with Arsenal coming down to the seasons, even the one that we lost, we always fight and we always show up. So I would like to believe that we would fight and show up now. I would like Rasmus to score, and he know I'm a team. He know I'm a team on the weekend, but he know I'm a FPL. But I was just gonna say it.
I mean, we have to remember that Arsenal did not fare well this weekend. Manchester United came back and won. Arsenal came back and drew, so they were not able to overcome. And a matter of fact, they led the game and lost the game. Well, drew the game 2-2. Who was Aston Villa? Who they play this weekend? Arsenal.
Fulham.
Fulham, right? Worse yet, Fulham. Fulham came back and scored. So Arsenal dropped points already, and they're gonna be trying to come out there with something to prove as well. So I think we have a good chance of winning the game. And the reason I think we have a good chance of winning the game more than anything else is because this Arsenal team is not firing. This Arsenal team is not firing. So you talk about playing people at the right time. Manchester United not firing, Arsenal not firing. Is anybody's game, right? Whoever come on the day. And when I say come, I don't mean the best team. Not talking about who have the most possession, who are the most passes. I'm talking about who finish. The team that finish the most chances on the day is the team that's going to win. Plain answer.
To be fair, it will be better for us because Kai Havertz is starter. So that boy.
You understand what I'm saying?
I don't worry about Kai Havertz. I worry about CJ Twin brother. CJ Twin brother on that side is the man to worry about.
Who is that? Nketiah?
No, Saka.
Saka?
Or Saka? People that say you look like Saka, CJ.
Is that here? Is that here?
From my profile view.
All right.
And I have good evidence that CJ footwork right up there with the best of them.
All I have to say is that I have seen CJ in the dark and he never got lost. But yeah, what you were saying, my brother? Yes.
No, I am concerned with Dalot facing up Saka. Right?
Oh Jesus!
I would have feel more comfortable with Malacia or Shaw, but they are not available.
Oh right? Jesus!
It'll be Cucurella had a lockdown Saka.
Cucurella? Bro, whoever we get in on the left, we're not going to start that game. They didn't start. Even if we get Cucurella, he's not starting that game. Sorry, guys. So, all right, guys. We're getting close to that time, so let's jump into memes of the week, where we have a little fun and, talk about some memes. So let me see if I could share my screen here, and we could get this stuff popping. Right, here we go. I don't know why the internet seems to be giving me a little trouble.
I take it, Uncle Pat. What are you laughing at? I take it, Uncle Pat.
Nah, you wicked.
More heart than a certain number 5. Check with the number 5 from somebody and give Uncle Pat it.
No boss. No boss.
Right here we go. I don't know about anybody else, but I agree with Zaire. I will take back Cam because if there's one thing, the man does look fit. The man does look like he could run out right now.
Yeah.
Forever young is Patrice Evra.
I know catch willing to play.
Meme number 2, watching Manchester United attack. Watching Manchester United attack versus watching Manchester United defense. I think all United supporters could relate to this completely. Meme number 3.
Hey, my boy scored yesterday. Even though they get knocked out. My boy scored yesterday.
No man. No,
How much
man.
goals do you have in the Premier League since he leave Everton?
Boy,
Last
ask
time
me
I
an
checked,
easier
the
question.
man
Man.
play a whole season for Spurs and had 2 goals in the
Ask me
Premier
an
League.
easier
Now I know what
question.
to say. How much shots he had to take before he score?
Man number of goals is the
So
same
he-
rings. Man number of goals is the same
Harry-
rings.
Harry Kane
Man
gone.
don't want to leave, yes?
Harry Kane gone and it didn't look like his shooting improved at all. You understand? So we could poke a little fun at him, man. And lastly,
This is it.
for the guys that are having trouble,
But where them girl and them there, boy? Like, I calmly cultivate this big belly over years, boy. I have it well rounded and I can't find these girls.
you see,
All
fellas
that is
like
left for
me
me
who
to
does want to be
do.
trying to go and run up Chancellor and struggling to be in the game and seeing men like Kess walk around with a bag of girl on his shoulder, you know? This be hard, but
Man like
I
yes.
say God bless the Kesses, God bless the Kesses of the world.
Man
And
like
so-
yes. Have you old personal banner here, you know? You hear that from
And what Kes do have is protege coming behind him hard. That is all I will say.
You know how to school the youth?
Which protege names will not be called.
Courtney is saying CJ is the hookup.
Imagine if CJ still get a belly now. People dead.
So all the fellas who
Yes.
I have nothing
So
to say.
go more
I have
come back
no-
on it.
I
all
have
that will be
according
is
to Nelly Katoy,
fatality.
I have nothing to say. I have
The
nothing.
world not ready for a big belly
according to Nelly
CJ, boy.
Katoy, it's
No.
Fat Man season, eh?
The world not ready
It's
for that,
Fat
girl.
Man season. So we just had a rock back and you know what I mean? Oh, you know, just say, well, yeah, it is what it is. Gentlemen, my prediction for the weekend in terms of Arsenal, I think I said we're going to win. We all keeping that positive energy for anybody who's looking for a place to watch the game and they want to take in the game with the team because United, our team, is going to be there. We're going to be at Dexter's. That is Dexter's on the main road in Aruka. We're going to be there on Sunday and we're going to be broadcasting from Dexter's after the match. So we all expect to be cheering and laughing and poking fun at Arsenal supporters on Sunday after 12. Thank you to Kes, CJ, Zaire, and Ashton. Remember, Red Devils, we don't die. We multiply. Be safe and stay hydrated, people.
Peace out, guys.